Hi there. I just want to do a video, and I just want to do a video, and this video will really be about what I go through, what I have been going through ever since this unexpected spiritual awakening. For anyone that watches this, it might be a new person that's watching. I'm on various places on the internet. You might have just found out about me. You might have. I even looked on Google once to a subject I talk about, and I came up on the thing. I was talking about counterintelligence. It's not many people that talk about counterintelligence, funnily enough, but I talk about it a lot. Some subject I talk about, but it all started from a spiritual awakening. It might even be people from my past. That might be watching this, because obviously, if someone from my past, was to watch me now, they would probably think, why has he changed so much? What made him change? What was he going through before? What I was going through before was basically self-destruction. This is what people don't understand about me. I have suffered and healed from things that most people couldn't deal with. And this is why someone might ask, why have I had the spiritual awakening and not you? Well, because I'm deep enough to manifest it. That's what it's all to do with. It's all to do with, everything is to do with how deep you are. And, it came from the pain manifested it. I didn't know what an awakening was when it happened. And I got to a point where I sat down one day and I had it. I had enough. And it was so powerful, the feeling, that for days I was breaking down. I was crying more than usually. And I was going through, I believe at that time when the awakening started manifesting, I believe I was going through a nervous breakdown. Where I dealt with it myself and I healed from it myself. But I believe in the awakening, I suffered a mental breakdown. I think I got to such a point that I was just crying all the time. I was just an emotional wreck. And because I was going through this awakening, I had enough. And then once I had enough, I started going through this process. And I didn't know it was called an awakening at the time, first week or two. And it wasn't till maybe months, years, and I started watching videos on what I was experiencing. And then I came across the spiritual awakening. And then I started to look at the symptoms. Oh my God, this is what I've been going through. On YouTube, thank YouTube for that. And ever since then, it's been lots of healing. And the breakdown that I suffered, when I was freaking out like that, I couldn't stop. I was crying all the time. Anything would set me off. It would be something small and I would just break down. I couldn't handle things anymore, because I was in a transitional period where the soul part of me was coming through, and the hurt is coming to an end. But you have to get rid of the illness, you need to be sick. Sometimes you need to do this. This is a thing that you have to go through in healing. You have to experience the sickness. And when you have a spiritual awakening, you experience that. It's like it's manifesting. You have to do it, and then you start to get better. And I'm still in recovery. 8 years now, and there's still things that are within. And awakening is a choice. A spiritual awakening is not something that is a separate power, that someone's doing something to you. It's you that does it to yourself. And this is why I've got a lot of self-love now, because I never liked myself at all before my awakening. I used to really suffer from anxiety and depression and suicidal thoughts, and I just didn't fit in anywhere. Still don't, actually, but I'm happy in my own skin now, at least. And but awakening happened because I had enough. And then when you have enough, you start to be aware of what's making you feel like this. And self-awareness is when when the spiritual awakening is manifesting, you're becoming self-aware. And then you're able to heal your problems. Excuse me. Most people don't have the awakening, don't awaken because they're chasing things. They need children in their life. They need to breed. They need to have a partner in their life. They need to take refuge. They need to drink alcohol. Any excuse, doesn't matter what it is. They need to take refuge in all these different things or people. Because they're running from the pain of which is within them. An awakening happens when you decide to go within. Like that moment I said in the video earlier. I had enough. And awakening happens when you decide. And when you decide that, that's when you're on the path of healing. Now the path of healing, what does that lead to? It leads to infinite abundance and prosperity and joy in your reality. You're changing. And I said also, I think in the video, I can't remember now, but I think I said, and I'm always saying that a lot of people that might watch my videos from new people or even people from my past, like even, I once had a girlfriend, for example. I liked certain women when I was asleep, and I don't think you ever stop liking people. I think they stick to you like glue, but you know, if I was in their shoes, and for example, and I see this person that I used to like, but I didn't know they were going through this depression, I would say, what happened? What happened is I just had enough. You know, I'm quite, it might not seem it because I do all these videos, but I'm actually very low key and I don't talk about my problems. You know, my problems go a lot deeper than what people would realize. I am very, I don't know compulsive. And when I was asleep, I was very compulsive and self-destructive in this. And this is a reflection of how unhealed I was. You know, very compulsive, addictive personality. Over-compulsiveness. And it really is just going to destroy you in the end. But what it did is it awakened me. The darkness manifested this, you know. And I realized that it was all like meant. And it's all like a teacher. And now I'm like going through this an awakening for 8 years, and I now know that it's all like amazing. It's all like love. It all was meant just as it was. And that's, you realize it's all bloody perfect. And you don't need anyone anymore. And this is why what I'm doing is, what I'm trying to do, I really hope that women that have known me in the past that I liked and always will, I know that I hurt them, and I know that they were going through a lot of healing themselves, and I hope one day they look me up on the internet. And the reason is because I want to show them that the love they need is within them, and that will heal them. And that's what I am intending to do for all people, right? I'm taking this journey that I'm going through and I'm going to share it as much as I can. Because I am a healer now, and I am that. And I am my own guide, my own mentor, my own savior, my own spiritual guide. Someone says, oh, you're so misguided. Someone said to me today on the internet, I didn't respond to them. Thinking that you're a spiritual guide. Well, you are. And we all are. We are all our own mentors, our own saviors. We are all enough just by ourselves. And you should only be with someone when you are healed properly. Not just because you're scared of the feelings that you have when you're alone. Because otherwise, how the hell are you going to heal them? This is the problem. And this is what I intend to change. And this is why I'm doing this. More and more I ponder on this, and I ponder on the suffering, and I think to myself, people are still going through what I was going through, and I'm going to change this. I have awakened through me, and I've been my own hero when I didn't think I had anything. I didn't have any self-love at all. And if I can do that, I can at least share it. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do this for myself and everyone else in my reality. So that when I die, I will look back and know that I've done my absolute best for all of humanity. And that is our real purpose and soul contract and job as human beings on planet Earth. We are not from planet Earth, but we have been, we are disjointed from our true self on purpose. Perceptually programmed. There's a demonic force doing it. And this demonic forces keeps people away from their twin flames. How you keep them away? Because you can't have your twin flame until you've ascended far enough. Because what happens is you awaken so much that you realize it's all you. This is what happens in spiritual awakening. And you realize everything's you, and the twin flame thing is that. The two is not separate, it's one thing. There is no separate lover you're going to meet. What happens is once you find that love within you and you love yourself, everything becomes that. So when everything becomes absolute joy, this abundance starts happening. Your life is just love all the time. And this is when we attract when we love within. You don't have to suffer like you do, right? If I was interacting with anyone that was going through what I was going through, that you can't heal really to a fast level until you start to love yourself within. Stop running. Be brave. This is so important for women as well, because, you know, as men, we need to be spiritually awakened so that we can help women to awaken themselves so that they can become the best version of themselves and the best version of them. They are the mothers, remember. The mothers are the most important people on planet Earth because they are the mothers. They are the people that are bringing the children through, and their children will copy the mothers. And so we have to be awakened as men. There is no time for asleep men, right? There's no time for it. So men need to grow balls and awaken themselves and to start to heal themselves, and then whoever likes you will notice you, and then they will see what you've done. And that's how we make real change in our space, and that space interacts with the next space. That's how you make real change. You change the reality by changing the energy and feelings of that reality. You have to go within. And this is what going inside yourself really means. It means to discover who you truly are, what makes you tick, and how to heal it, to become the happiest and best version of you, and to not be so self-destructive and think that you're bad all the time. Why are you thinking this? I saw a woman today when I was out today, and I like sometimes going to a cafe and meditating and just observing things, and this woman was before me at the till, and she was a mother, and she was so stressed out, and she thought she was doing terrible. I thought she was doing amazing, and I thought, what's telling her that she's doing bad? What's telling these mothers that are bringing children up, that are doing the most important job of all, that they are doing bad in some way? What's doing that? The system. That's what's doing it. This demonic force that is evil and to the core, and it's trying to destroy the mothers. That's who it's going for first. The mothers and the young people, the children. The men that are already asleep doesn't care about them now, but it's trying to destroy them, and that's what we need to do, and that's why it's very important that I do what I'm doing and try to get this message out so that I can help evolve who's ever watching it, to awaken them. All is within you. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Thank you.